Have you ever felt as if life were draining you, as if the energy of those around you were a heavy burden you unknowingly carry? You move through the day like a boat adrift, at the mercy of the waves of stress, other people's expectations, and the mental noise that never leaves you alone. There's a subtle but constant feeling that your true essence, that most confident and determined version of you, is dormant, drowned out by a world that demands your energy and gives nothing in return. Have you ever walked into a room and felt your presence was almost invisible, as if your voice carried no weight, or your opinion of little importance? The Mahayana master understood that this feeling of powerlessness is not your natural state. He knew that your existence doesn't need to be a constant reaction to the world, but the source of an unbreakable energy, a force field that protects you and projects your true essence. What I'm going to show you next isn't a magic trick or a quick course to success. It's the awakening of something that's been inside you all along, but has been conditioned to remain silent. Think of your life as a chaotic orchestra, where each instrument plays at a different rhythm, creating a cacophony that exhausts you. Your mission, from now on, is not to silence the other instruments, but to find your own melody, your perfect frequency. When you find it, the cacophony of the world simply disappears, and you become the conductor. You no longer submit to the noise, you transcend it. And your presence becomes the most powerful note in the room, a frequency that commands everyone's attention, respect, and admiration. What I'm going to show you is the art of activating this force, the forbidden aura, a secret not found in self-help books, but in the profound wisdom of those who have lived to master themselves. It's a power so fundamental that most people don't even know it exists, much less how to awaken it. But you, by staying here, are about to discover the first step. And it begins with the understanding that your strength isn't outside, but in a place most are afraid to look, within. This isn't an invitation to a fantasy. It's a summons to the most powerful reality there is. The first step to awakening this aura is simpler than you imagine, but it requires an intention that 99% of people will never have. Are you ready to take the first step and feel your true strength? Most people spend their entire lives like a radio tuned to a static station. They're stuck in an endless cycle of thoughts, ruminations, worries, and criticisms. This internal noise not only drains your vital energy but also weakens your aura, making your frequency unclear and inaudible. You feel swept along by the current, but the truth is, the current is created by the noise inside your own head. This is the first and most subtle enemy of your true strength. The Mahayana master understood that to manifest your intention and project a powerful aura, you need a space of stillness. This space is not the absence of thought, but the absence of attachment to thoughts. Imagine your mind as a lake. The surface is agitated by winds, daily events, and rain, random thoughts, preventing you from seeing what lies beneath, your essence, your true wisdom. The first practice is not about adding to the lake, but about calming its surface. It is an act of introspection that unleashes your innate power, for it is only in silence that your true voice can be heard. Neuroscience, in its own vocabulary, gives us a glimpse of this power. It shows us that this stillness, this practice of calming the mind, drastically reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, and activates your parasympathetic nervous system. It is in this state of deep calm, where your mind becomes receptive to new ideas and solutions, that your aura begins to manifest with clarity. You are literally creating the biological conditions for your inner strength to flourish. What for the ancient masters was the purification of the mind, for science is your ability to create a state of mental coherence, a clear and powerful frequency that the world cannot ignore. What I'm going to show you next is the first tool to silence this noise. It's simple, but within its simplicity hides an ancient power that will give you control over your inner state. It's the first step toward becoming the conductor of your own symphony and beginning to project your forbidden aura. By mastering this tool, you won't just be calming your mind, you'll be building the foundation for your new self, a version of you that is unshakable, magnetic, and unforgettable. Welcome to Axiom Sage. You didn't arrive here by chance. Your search for greater clarity, for greater power, for an undeniable presence, has brought you to this very moment. This is not a space for easy answers, but for truths that demand a new perspective on yourself. Our mission is simple, to give you the map to your own self. The channel where the timeless wisdom of the East meets modern science to give you the tools for a transformation most only dream of achieving. Imagine your mind as a wild garden. Most people let the weeds of negative thoughts, distractions, and mental noise grow unchecked. Axiom Sage is the gardening manual that teaches you how to prune what doesn't serve you and cultivate the seeds of your true strength, your forbidden aura. Here, mysticism is deciphered by neurology. Ancient meditation practices are not just rituals, they are keys that activate dormant parts of your brain. What the Mahayana master called the awakening of Qi, modern science calls neural coherence. We stand at the intersection of these two truths, ready to guide you. The world is out there, with all its turbulence and distractions. But here, in this space, your attention is your greatest tool. What you are about to receive is not just information. It is a technology of personal transformation, validated by millennia of practice and decades of scientific research. The Mahayana master knew that the first step to creating an unbreakable aura was to create a haven of peace within yourself. A place where the world has no power. And it is to this place that I invite you now. I ask you to close the door to the outside world and prepare yourself. Let go of the day's tasks, deadlines, and worries. In the moment, the only thing that matters is your intention to be present. Your quest for power begins with an act of surrender to the moment. What follows is your first action toward becoming unshakable. A simple practice that, if mastered, will silence the noise and reveal your true frequency. Your transformation begins now. Now, I invite you to sit. Find a position that allows you to be relaxed yet alert. Feel the solidity of the floor beneath your feet, or the firmness of the chair supporting you. Let your spine gently lengthen, like a tree growing toward the sky. Release your shoulders, your jaw, and feel the weight of your body surrendering to the present moment. In this instant, your body is not a container of tension, but a sanctuary of peace, a haven of calm where the outside world is not allowed to enter. Allow yourself a moment of total surrender, a release from the invisible weight you carry. You may notice that your mind remains agitated. Thoughts about the day, future worries, past memories. Turbulent emotions may surface. Don't blame yourself for this. Don't fight them. The Mahayana master teaches us that the mind is not an enemy. It is simply a mirror reflecting the world around you. Our practice is not about breaking the mirror, but about gently cleaning it, allowing it to return to its original nature, clarity. You are not your thoughts, you are the consciousness observing them. Think of your consciousness as the vast, immense blue sky. Thoughts and emotions are like passing clouds, some dark, some light. They come and go, but the sky remains untouched, immense, and serene. You are not the clouds. You are the sky. This is the first and most fundamental truth for those seeking inner power. It is the understanding that, no matter how chaotic the external world, there is a space of absolute calm within you that nothing can disturb. It is the recognition that your strength lies not in struggle, but in the serene acceptance of the moment. The science behind inner peace shows us that this practice of simply observing, of not reacting, sends a direct signal to your vagus nerve, the main communication channel between your brain and your body. By calming your mind, you are calming your nervous system, turning off fight or flight mode and activating rest and digest mode. You are literally telling your body, everything is okay. You are safe. It is the biological basis for your aura to flourish. What I invite you to do next is your first step toward becoming unshakable. We'll use the oldest and most powerful human tool, breathing. Breathing isn't just what keeps you alive. It's your direct link to your state of being. And from it, we'll begin to manifest your forbidden aura. The Mahayana master teaches us that the power of your aura doesn't begin with a grand ritual, but with the most fundamental and constant act of your life, your breathing. Breathing isn't just what keeps you alive. It's the master key to your inner state, the only point of control you have over your autonomic nervous system. It's through it that you can go beyond momentary calm and attune to a peace that is deep and unshakable. Now, I invite you to gently close your eyes. Feel your breathing. Don't alter it. Just observe it, as if it were a wave coming and going on the shore. Allow your breathing to become deeper and slower, naturally, effortlessly. For this mental preparation, we will use the attunement breathing with each inhale. Imagine receiving new energy, a pure and calm frequency. Feel the air completely fill your lungs, expanding your chest and abdomen for a silent count of 4. Hold this breath for 4 seconds. Feel this energy spreading to every cell in your body. And exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6, allowing all the air to escape, taking with it all the static and noise of everyday life. Repeat this cycle, inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. With each cycle, feel your mind becoming clearer, your energy more solid, and your presence more palpable. You're not just breathing. You're tuning your being, adjusting your mind's dial to the station of peace and clarity. With each inhalation, you strengthen your inner field. With each exhalation, you release what doesn't serve you, purifying your frequency. The Mahayana master knew that the mind follows the breath. If the breath is short and rapid, the mind becomes anxious and agitated. If the breath is long and deep, the mind becomes serene and unshakable. The science behind this practice is fascinating. By lengthening your exhalation, you're activating the vagus nerve, which is primarily responsible for regulating your nervous system. This activation improves your heart rate variability, HRV, a crucial biological marker of resilience and health. A high HRV doesn't just mean a strong heart, it means a mind that can quickly calm down under pressure, maintain focus amid chaos, and, most importantly, sustain your energy. It's proof that you're becoming unshakable. Continue this practice. Breathe deeply, tune into your frequency, and feel the power of your presence manifest. What I'm going to show you next is the first test, the first challenge for you to prove to yourself that your calm is not a fantasy, but a real force that can be used to shape your reality. You felt the calm. You touched the frequency of peace. But this stillness is not the final destination. It is the foundation, the fertile ground where your true strength will grow. The silence you created within yourself is the sacred space where your forbidden aura can manifest for the first time, like a seed ready to germinate. The Mahayana master teaches us that for this seed to become an unbreakable tree, it needs a channel, a structure to sustain it. Strength is not just internal. It needs to be projected. Imagine your body as an antenna. If the energy generator, your mind, is calm and powerful, but the antenna is bent by the weight of the world, the signal is weak, distorted, and inaudible. Most people live with a damaged antenna, transmitting a signal of fatigue, doubt, and lack of confidence. They carry slumped shoulders, lowered heads, and closed chests. Their bodies are a physical reflection of the mental noise that oppresses them. But your posture isn't just how you sit or stand. Your posture is your silent statement to the universe. It is the physical manifestation of your aura. What I'm going to show you next isn't about having good posture for health reasons. It's about using your body as an instrument of power. It's about magnetic posture. Modern science has impressively validated this ancient wisdom. What research calls power posing, neuroscience calls a reset of your hormonal state. By assuming a power posture, chest open, shoulders back, head held high, you increase testosterone levels and decrease cortisol levels. You're not just faking confidence. You're becoming biologically more confident. Your body, on a chemical level, is responding to your new self. You already have the key to calm, but calm alone is not power. Power lies in projection, in the ability to make the world not only hear but feel your presence. The next step is to give yourself the key to your body, so you can move through the world like the maestro you were born to be, with a presence that is unforgettable and undeniable. The next act is the revelation of magnetic posture, your first act of true power. The moment of truth has arrived. The calm you've cultivated within yourself needs a channel to project itself into the world. Your magnetic posture isn't an artificial pose. It's your first step toward becoming unshakable. Now, I invite you to stand, unless you're already standing. Feel the solidity of your feet on the ground, like roots connecting you to the earth. Feel the weight of your body, your foundation. It's from here that your power arises. With your feet parallel, shoulder width apart, feel the energy flow from bottom to top. Align your tailbone, as if anchoring your center of gravity. This is the starting point of your strength. Let your chest open gently, as if preparing to welcome the morning sun. Your shoulders fall back and down, relaxed yet firm. Feel the space between your shoulder blades expand. Your neck lengthens, and your chin lifts subtly. Your head isn't tilted down in submission or up in arrogance. It's in a straight line, honoring your own presence. Keep your arms relaxed at your sides, palms facing slightly forward, in a gesture of openness and reception. Breathe deeply in this pose. In this instant, you are not just standing. You have become a focal point of power. The Mahayana master teaches us that the aligned body is a mandala, a sacred geometry that organizes energy. You are creating a physical structure that allows your aura to flow unimpeded, rather than being trapped in a hunched and tense body. Your posture is not a command to the world. It is a command to yourself, a silent declaration that you are the center of your own reality. Modern science accurately validates this wisdom. Feel the shift. Feel how your body feels differently. Notice your breathing, which is now deeper and calmer. Your brain is releasing the hormones of power, testosterone, while suppressing the hormones of fear, cortisol. You're not just standing tall. You're activating your biological resilience. You're becoming your own source of confidence, your body responding to your new self. You are your own authority. Hold this posture. Feel the world around you, but don't bow to it. Remain firm and unshakable. You are the center of your own reality. And from this point of power, what I'll show you next is how this posture becomes your tool for projecting your deepest intention. You'll learn to use your presence as a wave of energy that attracts what you desire and repels what doesn't serve you. You've mastered calm. You've aligned your antenna. Now it's time to turn on the light. The Mahayana master knew that a powerful aura isn't just an energy field, it's a beacon that projects your deepest truth. But a lighthouse without light is just a stone tower. The light of your aura is your pure intention. An intention that has no fear, that does not doubt, that does not cling to the result, but that simply and. Think of your intention not as a wish, but as a clear and unshakable order that you give to yourself and the universe. For your aura to manifest to its full potential, your intention must be crystal clear. A pure intention doesn't say, "I hope to succeed." It says, "I am successful." It's not, "I wish I had more confidence." It's, "I have confidence." Your mind, your breath, and your magnetic posture become the echo of this intention. The Master teaches us that intention is the seed of all reality. When you plant the seed of certainty in a soil of calm, your serene mind, and nourish it with the energy of your presence, your posture, manifestation becomes inevitable. Neuroscience, in its own vocabulary, shows us the power of this practice. Neurolinguistics teaches us that the words you use internally to formulate your intention are more than just sounds. They are powerful commands that activate or deactivate neural circuits. By using a language of certainty, of "I am," you are instructing your brain to align with the reality you wish to create. You are deactivating the brain of fear and activating the brain of the Creator. What was an unfamiliar map becomes a familiar path, and your subconscious begins to guide you along it with surprising ease. The power you are awakening is real and tangible. Your aura, strengthened by your calm and poise, now has a clear direction, an unshakable purpose. You are becoming the creator of your own reality. And to continue receiving this knowledge and delve even deeper into this art, there is a fundamental next step you need to take. A step that connects you to this community of masters who, like you, are awakening their true strength. You felt calm, aligned your antenna, and lit the light of your intention. But this is just the beginning. The Mahayana master knew that wisdom isn't information consumed once, but a practice lived every day. And to keep your rhythm, to keep your aura from becoming a dying fire, you need an anchor point. You need a space for constant training. Think of this channel, Axiom Sage, as your dojo mental. A place you can return to again and again to sharpen your mind, align your energy, and connect with a community of people who, like you, are seeking true mastery. Your intention to awaken your aura is a powerful act, but your commitment to continue training is what makes it unbreakable. Signing up here isn't just a click. It's your formal declaration that you're willing to join the 1% who are ready to live a life of power and purpose. The world is full of noise and distractions, and it's easy to get lost. The Master knew that the power of repetition is what transforms knowledge into wisdom, and practice into mastery. By subscribing, you ensure that the next lessons, the next tools, and the next revelations reach you, keeping the flame of your transformation burning. It's an act of self-preservation, a commitment to never give up on yourself. Science shows us the power of community. When you connect with people who share the same values and goals, your brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This not only makes you feel good, but reinforces your habits and increases your resilience. By subscribing, you're not just supporting the channel. You're joining a community that will strengthen you and keep you on the path to mastery. What I've revealed to you so far is just the prelude. The true depth of this wisdom lies in the nuances, in the advanced practices that transform what you've felt into a permanent part of your being. The next step is to show you what happens when you take your intention to an even deeper level. To continue receiving these keys, tap the subscribe button now and turn on notifications. Your next lesson is about to begin. You felt calm, tuned your frequency, and aligned your antenna. You planted the seed of pure intention in the fertile soil of serenity. But now, it's time to go deeper. What you've achieved so far is the surface of your potential. The true depth of your forbidden aura lies in a place most fear: silence. The Mahayana master teaches us that strength lies not in the quantity of energy you produce, but in the quality of the space from which that energy emerges. You have learned to light the light of your intention, but the source of that light is not the mind. The source is the inner silence. Inner silence is not the absence of sound. It is the absence of mental turbulence, the sacred space where your deepest self resides, immune to the noise of the world. It is the void from which all creation and all power originate. Imagine your presence as a symphony. If your breath, your posture, and your intention are the instruments of your orchestra, inner silence is the conductor. It is stillness that gives space for your music to become sublime, undeniable. Your aura stops being just a manifestation and becomes your true nature. Most people fear silence because it confronts them with the chaos they carry within. But for the master, silence is their greatest ally, their refuge, their secret weapon. Science, in its own vocabulary, corroborates this wisdom with research on the default mode network, DMN. The DMN is the network of brain circuits responsible for your mind wandering, ruminating on the past, and worrying about the future. It consumes a tremendous amount of mental energy, keeping you in a state of constant self-reference. The Mahayana master knew that by deactivating this network of automatic thoughts through stillness, you unlock immense mental capacity. You're not just meditating. You're reorganizing your brain to operate at its most efficient, powerful, and creative level. You're becoming the source of your own clarity, the origin of your own light. What I'm going to show you next isn't just practice. It's the key to accessing this deep silence and operating from a state of power most will never even conceive of. This is your next step toward becoming a master of your own life. This is your next act of power. You've opened the door to inner silence. Now is the time to enter this space and become its master. The Mahayana master knew that silence is not a void, but a space filled with potential. It is the womb where your aura is born. To access it, I invite you to return to your magnetic posture, sitting or standing, with your spine straight and your chest open. Feel the solidity of your foundation and the lightness of your body. Gently close your eyes and return your attention to your breathing. Allow your breath to be the gateway to silence. Let's start observing meditation. Imagine your mind is a theater. Thoughts are the actors. Instead of going on stage and acting with them, sit in the audience. Just watch. Observe the thoughts that come and go. Don't judge them. Don't follow them. Just see them. With each thought that arises, say mentally, "Hello, thought," and as it dissolves, say, "Goodbye, thought." Observe the emotion. Feel it. And say, "Hello, emotion," and then, "Goodbye, emotion." As you become the observer, you will notice that thoughts and emotions lose their power. They become just clouds in the sky, and you realize that your identity is not in them. You are the sky. Now, as you observe, feel the space that opens between your thoughts. This is your inner silence. And it is in this space that you will begin to feel something new. Feel your body, not just your skin, but the energy radiating from it. Feel your aura as a subtle force field that surrounds you, protects you, and projects your essence. It can have a texture, a temperature, a vibration. Feel its power, its undeniable presence. This is not a fantasy. It is your consciousness expanding beyond the limits of your physical body. It is your frequency becoming palpable. Science shows us that during this practice, your brain is undergoing a silent revolution. You are strengthening your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for attention and discernment, while reducing activity in the amygdala, the center of fear. You are literally reprogramming your brain to be less reactive and more aware. You are building the mind of a master. You are no longer dominated by your thoughts, you have become their observer. What you felt just now is your aura, your true essence manifesting. But how do you sustain this power amidst the chaos of your daily life? How do you carry this feeling into a meeting, a difficult conversation, or a traffic jam? The next step is to empower yourself with the tools to sustain your aura, no matter the circumstance. The next act is the revelation of unshakable strength. You've felt your aura manifest in the silence of your mind. You've proven to yourself that your calm is no fantasy. But now the question is, how do you bring this strength to the battlefield of everyday life? How do you sustain this power when the world outside is in utter chaos? The Mahayana master teaches us that the strength of your aura lies not in the absence of challenges, but in your ability to sustain your peace in the midst of them. For this, you need an anchor. One energy anchor. Think of a ship captain who, in the midst of a storm, drops his anchor to keep the vessel steady. You will do the same with your energy. Instead of being carried away by the current of anxiety or the storm of criticism, you will connect to a point of stability within yourself. The power of your aura is like a flame, and your anchor is its fuel, what keeps it burning. The exercise is simple, but its simplicity holds immense power. When you are in your observer's meditation, when your aura is strongest and clearest, I ask you to make a physical gesture. It could be a touch on your wrist, a gentle squeeze of your hand, or even a specific breathing pattern. In this moment of maximum power, you are creating a link, a bridge between your state of calm and this physical action. You are encoding your calm into a gesture, your strength into a touch, your intention into a breath. This is your secret. This is your anchor. Science, in its own words, explains why this technique works so powerfully. Your brain is a machine for making connections, for creating associations. By pairing an intense emotional state, the calm and power of your aura, with a physical stimulus, you create an instant neural pathway. In the future, when you're in a stressful situation, all you need to do is activate your anchor. Your brain will instantly access that feeling of power and calm. It's proof that your mind is your greatest instrument, and your intention, your greatest power. You are becoming the architect of your own internal reality, and your aura is the visible manifestation of this. You now have the tools to create and sustain your aura. But true mastery isn't just about having the tool. It's about using it. The next step is the moment of synthesis, where we'll unite your breath, your posture, your intention, and your anchor to create an impact you never imagined possible. What I'm going to show you next is the fusion of all the teachings into a single act of power. Your next step is the revelation that you are unbreakable. You are here, on the threshold of your power. Your breath is your key. Your posture, your antenna. Your intention, your light. And your anchor is your refuge. The Mahayana master teaches us that mastery lies not in possessing each tool separately, but in fusing them all into a single act of power, a single, unshakable presence. This is the moment of fusion, the point of impact where your forbidden aura manifests in its fullness. I invite you to return to your magnetic posture, your spine erect, your chest open, your head held high. Gently close your eyes. Feel your body as a pillar of strength, connected to the earth and sky. Return to your attunement breathing. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. As you breathe, feel the pure intention you have chosen. Imagine this intention not as a thought, but as a color, a vibrant energy expanding from your center to your body, to your aura. Feel this energy flowing through every cell, every nerve, every molecule of your being. Your aura is no longer a subtle force. It is becoming dense, palpable. Feel the heat, the vibration. It is your essence manifesting. Feel the power of being unshakable. What you are doing right now is something the Mahayana master considered the supreme art. You are no longer creating separate facets. You are aligning them all so that your being becomes one, brilliant, and unbreakable. Diamante. Each practice is a polishing process. Melting is the moment when the diamond reveals itself in all its glory. Science, in its own vocabulary, explains this fusion to us as the neurocoherence. Your breathing is calming your nervous system. Your posture is reprogramming your hormones, decreasing cortisol and increasing power. And your intention is activating your prefrontal cortex. All your systems, from physical to mental, are operating in total harmony. You are literally becoming the best version of yourself. This is your mastermind in action. Feel this fusion of power. Now, use your anchor. Tap your wrist, or make your gesture. Feel how the power you are cultivating is instantly accessible. Feel the fusion of all your practices into a single state of being. What you felt just now is just the tip of the iceberg. You've become a beacon, a diamond of power. But what do you do with this light? How does this force manifest in your outer world? The next step is to show you the practical application of everything you've learned. It's time to bring your power to the world. Your aura is your new reality. You felt the fusion of your power. You became a diamond. But a diamond kept in a box doesn't change the world. The Mahayana master knew that true mastery lies not in what you feel in meditation, but in what you manifest in action, and how you use this force to shape your reality. Now is the time to take your power to the world, to transform what was an internal practice into an undeniable external presence. Your aura isn't just for your well-being. It's your most powerful tool for impact. Imagine you're about to enter an important meeting room, a difficult conversation, or a social interaction where you need your voice to be heard. Your mind may be filled with doubts and anxiety. But you don't need to bow to it. Before opening the door, use your anchor. Touch your wrist, or make your gesture. Breathe deeply, exhale slowly, and feel the wave of calm invade your being. Remember your magnetic posture. Feel your body as a pillar of strength, and your pure intention as the light radiating from your chest. When you open the door, you're not just entering with your body. You're entering with your aura. You'll notice a subtle change in how people react to you. They may not know why, but they feel your presence. They feel your calm. They feel your authority. Your aura acts as an invisible shield, repelling negative energy and chaos, and as a subtle magnet, attracting attention and respect. The Mahayana master teaches us that what you project to the world is what the world reflects back to you. By projecting an aura of unshakable power, you attract back the validation and recognition you've always sought. Science, in its own vocabulary, explains this reaction to us through the mirror neurons. When your brain sees someone projecting a confident posture and calm energy, it activates the neurons that would make it feel that way. You are, without saying a word, communicating your strength. You are influencing the reality around you, not through manipulation, but through resonance. You become the frequency the environment aligns with. The power of your aura is real, and you're just beginning to harness it. The practices that have guided you this far are the foundation. But mastery is a never-ending path, and the depth of this wisdom is vast. For you to continue receiving the next teachings, the advanced techniques of intention projection and energetic shielding, there is a fundamental next step. A step that connects you to this journey permanently. You are no longer the same. Your aura is no longer a theory, it is your reality. You have felt the fusion of your power. You have used your presence to shape the world around you. But the Mahayana master knew that mastery is not a destination, it is a path. And what you have experienced so far is only the first step. The true depth of this wisdom, the fullness of your aura, has yet to be explored. And for this journey, you need more than just your intention, You need constant guidance and a community to motivate you. Think of your journey as climbing a mountain. You've reached the first base camp. The view is spectacular, the air is pure, but the peak, the true glory of your existence, is still up there. What you need now is not just another video, but a constant guide, a mountain map that helps you map the terrain, teach you advanced climbing techniques, and give you the discipline to keep going when the going gets tough. Subscribing to this channel is your declaration that you won't settle for base camp. It's your way of saying you're ready for the summit. The world is full of distractions, voices that drag you down, energies that steal your attention. Your transformation is a delicate process, and it requires an environment that supports it. By signing up, you are joining a community of masters who, like you, are committed to your evolution. You are no longer alone on this journey. Science, in its own vocabulary, explains this need to us through neuroplasticity. Your brain, with each new practice, each new idea, is rewiring and rebuilding itself. For this reconfiguration to be permanent, it requires consistency and reinforcement. By signing up, you ensure a continuous flow of stimuli that will keep you on the path to transformation, solidifying the new neural circuits that sustain your aura. It's your way of telling your brain, this is the new normal. This is the new reality. What I'm about to show you next is the first secret of the next level. It's the revelation of a power of the Mahayana master called the silent gaze, a tool for reading people's energy and influencing a situation without a single word. To continue receiving these forbidden keys, tap the subscribe button now and turn on notifications. Your next lesson is about to begin. You have mastered your inner world. But the Mahayana master knew that true mastery lies not only in protecting yourself, but in interacting with the world from a place of power. What I will teach you now is a skill that great leaders and negotiators possess, a power of the master called the silent gaze. It's the ability to see beyond words, to feel the energy of a person and a situation. Your mind, now calm and clear, becomes a perfect mirror. The mental noise most people carry prevents them from seeing the truth. They only hear what the other person says, but communication is much more than that. It's the posture, the tone of voice, the tension in the body, the sparkle in the eyes. For most, this is information lost in the chaos of their own mind. But for you, who have mastered inner silence, these are the keys to truth. Let's practice mirror meditation. Find a moment to practice this, perhaps in a conversation, or even while watching the news. Instead of just listening to the words, use your inner silence as your lens. Let your mind be still and observe. Feel the energy the person projects. Are they tense or relaxed? Is their voice forced or natural? Is their posture open or closed? What you're doing is going beyond the content and accessing the frequency. You're reading their aura with your silent gaze. And by doing so, you become undeniable. Science shows us that your brain, when its internal noise is silenced, is incredibly good at perceiving the nuances of nonverbal communication. Your mirror neurons aren't just reflecting, they're actively processing and interpreting every micro-expression, every tremor in your voice, every subtle movement that most people don't even notice. What the Mahayana master called sensing the energy, neuroscience calls an advanced form of social cognition. You are training your brain to become a super observer of reality, able to sense the truth of a situation before it is even spoken. The power to read people is your new weapon. But what do you do with this information? How do you use this wisdom to deepen a connection, inspire a team, or lead a group? The next step is to show you how you can go beyond simply observing and begin influencing reality with your intention, using your aura as a leadership tool. Your next lesson is about to deepen your mastery. You've learned to read people, to feel the energy behind their words. But mastery isn't just about reading the map. It's about drawing your own map and guiding others through it. The Mahayana master teaches us that your state of being isn't just yours. It's your contribution to the world. When you're in your center, you don't just resist chaos, you transform it. The practice I'm going to teach you now is coherence projection. It is your ability to use your aura to create a field of calm around you, influencing the environment without a single word. Most people react to chaos with more chaos. If someone is angry, they become angry too. But an aura master acts differently. They become the source of calm. Imagine yourself in a conversation with someone who is stressed, tense, perhaps even angry. Instead of aligning with their energy, you anchor your own. Use your anchor. Breathe deeply, exhale slowly. Feel your magnetic posture. And feel your pure intention, which is not about controlling the person, but about creating a space of peace. Imagine your aura as a circle of calm light expanding from your body. Feel your peaceful frequency touching the other person's energy. You're not fighting their anger. You're offering a peaceful alternative, a silent invitation for them to find their own calm. Your aura is like a tuning fork. When you vibrate at your frequency of peace, other tuning forks, the people around you, begin to resonate at your frequency. Science, in its own vocabulary, explains this resonance through contagion. Emotional, your calmness, your breathing rhythm, your tone of voice, all of this is processed by the other person's brain, which unconsciously begins to align with your state. You are literally changing the other person's biochemical environment, reducing stress and promoting peace, simply by your presence. You have become a beacon, not only for yourself, but for the world. You've learned to create, sustain, and project your aura. But there's one final secret, a power the Mahayana master considered the source of everything, the heart. The next step is to show you the fundamental role of your heart in amplifying your aura, and how to use it to create a force that is not only powerful, but irresistible. Your next lesson is about to deepen your mastery to a level that transcends the mind. Your journey is about to become epic. You've learned to read and influence the world with your mind and posture. But the Mahayana master knew that the mind, however powerful, is merely a tool. True power resides in your heart. Science shows us that the electromagnetic field of your heart is hundreds of times stronger than that of your brain. It is the true center of power, the generator of a frequency that transcends thought and, when activated, makes your aura not only strong but irresistible. To activate this power, I invite you to do the heart activation. Gently close your eyes. Place one hand on your heart and the other on your abdomen. Breathe deeply, feeling the air enter and leave your heart, as if it were your lungs. Feel the rhythm, the beat, the life. Feel the gratitude, the love, the compassion. Feel the energy that resides in this center and allow it to expand with each breath. The Master teaches us that the heart is the portal to your true mastery. It is the place where your humanity and your divinity meet, where your unlimited potential resides. Your mind is the engine. Your body is the body. But your heart is the fuel that makes your aura irresistible. It's the difference between a mental intention and an intention that resonates with the universe. An intention without the energy of the heart is like a seed without water. It can exist, but it cannot flourish. But an intention charged with the energy of the heart is a force of nature. It attracts things to you with an ease that is almost magical. Science, in its own vocabulary, explains this connection to us through cardiac coherence. When you align your heart and brain, you enter a state of peak performance. Your intuition becomes sharper. Your mental clarity becomes undeniable. Your presence becomes magnetic. Your heart is the gateway to your true mastery. And by activating it, You are becoming the best version of yourself, the version that is in perfect harmony with the universe. You now have the complete map for creating your aura. But a map without a journey is just a piece of paper. The next step is to show you how you can live this reality, how you can become your aura. This is your final step toward mastery. This is your final act of power. You've come full circle. From the stillness of your mind, to the projection of your presence, to the irresistible force of your heart. You're no longer the person who started watching this video. You've felt your aura. You've activated it. And now, you have a power most will never even conceive. But the Mahayana master knew that mastery is not an event, it's a journey. Your journey has just begun. What I've shown you so far is the ancestral map to your power. But a map without a journey is just a piece of paper. What you need now is a guide to accompany you every step of the way. You need a teacher to show you the next level, to help you navigate the storms, and to remind you of your strength when you forget it. Enrolling here isn't just an act of support. It's your oath that you will honor this new reality. It's your way of saying that your transformation is forever. It's your first step toward becoming the axiom sage of your own life. The world is full of distractions, voices that drag you down, energies that steal your attention. Your transformation is a delicate process, and it requires an environment that supports it. By signing up, you are joining a community of masters who, like you, are committed to your evolution. You are no longer alone on this journey. Science, in its own vocabulary, explains this need to us through the power of identity. Your brain is constantly seeking evidence to validate your identity. By signing up, you're making a public declaration to yourself and the universe that I am the person on the path to mastery. You're reinforcing your new identity, and your brain, in response, will find ever more evidence to help you become that person. What I've shown you is the key. But the door you've opened is infinite. And I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Your journey is just beginning. From now on, you're no longer alone. This is your moment. This is your oath. To continue receiving the teachings, tap the subscribe button now and turn on notifications. Your next lesson is about to begin. The silence at the end of a journey is as important as the cry at its beginning. You arrived here, perhaps, looking for a quick answer, a magic solution to your anxiety, to your lack of presence. But what you found was something much greater. You found yourself, your unshakable center. What you felt was not an illusion, but your very essence. You've undergone initiation. You've learned to quiet your mind, align your body, focus your intention, anchor your power, and activate the strength of your heart. You are no longer a reflection of the outside world. You are the creator of your own reality. Your forbidden aura is no longer a concept. It is your presence. It is your new reality. Your journey here has been like an ancient initiation. You entered as a seeker, and you are leaving as a master in training. The Mahayana master knew that wisdom is not just to be consumed, but to be lived. What you learned today should not be kept in your mind. It should be radiated to the world through your being. Science, in its own vocabulary, explains to us that what you have just experienced is a profound experience of state-dependent learning. The emotion, intention, and physiology you cultivated during this video make these lessons more than just information. They are recorded in your nervous system, in your subconscious, ready to be activated at any moment. You are not just remembering something. You are becoming something new. Your journey is just beginning. From now on, the world is your dojo. And your life, your greatest work of art. Your mission is simple. Go and be your aura. Go and live your new reality. I will be here, waiting for the next lesson. And until then, Remain steadfast.